Welcome to the 19th episode of Alpha Nights with our legendary Alpha Hunter, Nighthawk. Hi, Nighthawk.
Hey, Rodishek, how are you?
I'm good. How has your day been?
It's been a carnage in the market. Like everyone are losing their minds, but my day is pretty decent. I did what I had to do beforehand, and I'm prepared for this, so I'm pretty good.
Everyone's losing money left and right, even in the shares.
If they would have watched our podcast over the
They
past
would.
3 days and my calls in Yaku and other places, they would have at least. That is what I've been telling. Sell, sell, sell. Please do sell your holdings and reduce your NFT exposure because we've anticipated this already and it was supposed to happen. It just happened today. Luckily, I've reduced 98% of my NFT holdings and I'm as sane as possible right now. And Bubble Goose was a respite in a day of carnage, actually. It is doing really well, somewhere around 12 so. However, there are many higher price sales as well, somewhere around like 30 plus sales, multiple of them, in fact. So it is doing really good in this kind of market. I've minted a couple and I've flipped both of them because I've got very common ones. But again, I will try to re-enter at a lower price point, which I think it will go down to. And in that dip, I'll pick the one which I like the most.
Okay.
So some good profits and some good respite.
I think it's a big deal to come out with profits in this market.
Yeah, I mean, and that is how, right? I mean, you should be able to pull out money or profits in the bear markets as well. That is how you learn. And experience will teach you that. So do listen to our podcast, guys.
Do you want to get started with tomorrow's mates?
Yeah, let's get started.
Today's a small list.
Yeah, pretty small. And it's good that it is small because I don't think so. The market could take much. However, we have again a 10K collection with a 4 sol mint price that is 40,000 sol. Just give us some respite. But Primates NFT, the issue is
Very
they've come
similar
up
to Bored Ape art.
art wise, yes, and there are enough projects in the market anyway. The only thing is they're trying to build a lifestyle brand, just clothing, lighters, and everything, catering to a specific target market less than 25 years of age. That is one. And this can be started by anyone and everyone. They're not really established in this space. So that 4 sol price with a 10K collection is definitely not justified. Something like Bubble Goose is already established a team and how they are going to spend the funds and everything was okay. But these guys didn't do. And again, in this market, these usually people are not kind anymore, at least. So I think they might barely manage a sellout because their whitelist is over allocated in the first place. If there is a flip potential, I'll probably mint it and quickly flip it. Taking maybe, I mean, somewhere around 5 to 6 sol would be my exit point personally, because I can take whatever I would take whatever I can get in this market right now. But if it gets papered immediately, even before sellout, I'd never met this one.
Okay. The next one I have, Dragon.
I think this is a free mint, so why not, right? I mean, free mints are always good. I'll see, but again, use a burner wallet, and of course, ensure that this is not a valid trader, because they say free mint and they say it is gas, but they will code the smart contract in such a way that there will be some amount that will be transferred to their wallets. So ensure that is not happening. And if it is in fact free, then just mint it. Why not?
This is
I think free
interesting.
mints are going to be the new meta probably in this bear market, because that is how you establish yourselves, and you can always get the revenues from the secondary. There are many free mints in Ethereum ecosystem that did really well. I think NFT Worlds was one of the top one. It went what, close to like 20 Ethereum, and it was a free mint, I believe. So I think that is going to be the new meta going forward. Let's see.
But that doesn't it defeat the whole purpose of trying to have a NFT
No, that
collection?
is how Web2 startups were built, right? I mean, first build your products, prove yourselves, and then raise the money. Why not? And you're anyway getting the secondary revenues. And if the mint price goes up, did you know OK Bears had much more secondary revenues than their mint price, right? I mean, what they got from the mint as such. So if you're doing really well, you'll get higher revenues from the secondary as
I attended the OK Bears spaces in the
well.
morning.
Even I did, and it was super pathetic. The owners were nowhere close to established people in the business. Actually, like Solport Tom example, the way he managed his investors yesterday by exactly showing how he's going to spend the funds over the next months. And these guys, I think there are guys in, in bunch of guys in the basement. Like one of the person who's asked the question was saying that is how it is actually. And OK Bears probably would be the most affected one in this market. Let's see if it can hold the price.
This is the last project I have, SuperApeUniv.
These guys in the last couple of days, they did some really good collabs. But the thing is, I think they've collaborated with Hyperspace as their marketplace. If they can get listed on Magic Eden, probably they can at least get some revenues. Otherwise, I don't think so they'll even get minted out or sold out.
1.5 is a big number, I
Big
think.
number, right? And whitelist, I think it is one sold, but still a big number for this market.
So continuing about OK Bears, how do you think the market will react if OK, like at this point, I've heard a lot of people coming into Solana only because OK Bears, performs
And
so well.
now this is the time they are going to take their exits because their roadmap is pretty much not there, non-existent actually, and they just have a wristband right now and some promotional things that they are just promising, nothing else. So I don't think so unless they come out with a clear plan as to how they are spending their funds over the next few months and how many months of cushion that they have. If they can clearly showcase that plan to the investors, I don't think so they are going to survive this bear market. You can expect them seeing it what like tens or below mid price as well if they do not show the investors what they're going to do, because that is a big if, right? I mean, if the Bitcoin hits 18K and if Solana hits below 10, then doesn't matter. Okay, bears won't even survive this market.
Do you think it will have a ripple effect on other blue chip projects? Because for quite some time we've been thinking OK Bears is blue chip.
Okay bears is not a blue chip, definitely not for me. I've always been strong on that opinion because they did not establish themselves yet in this market. They were very recent players and they have a large market cap, that is all. Blue chips are something like DGods, Shadowy Supercoder, Wagme Beach, Pets on Click, and so on. They've been in the market and they've already tested a couple of bear cycles, at least small ones. Not at this magnitude, but definitely they've tested it. And there will be a ripple effect definitely on other blue chip projects as well, but these other blue chip projects will survive. That is the thing. I think Tire Robotics will definitely survive. They had a good founder. So let's see which all projects survive and which will not. For me, I think utility projects, Famous Fox, Blocksmith Labs, and ADA are my key plays. And
Bubble Goose, of course.
Bubble Goose is a small entry one. It has just come. Let them prove themselves.
Okay.
And that will be all. And in the P2E metaverse space, Yaku is at a very cheap price point, and I think completely invested into them. So I'll be holding a Yaku as well. And in blue chip projects, probably I'll look for a re-entry in kits. And I'm already holding Soul Gods ecosystem bridge, which is just around 2 Sol, which is very reasonable. So I'll be keep investing in them and hold them for years. And over the months, I'll be accumulating. Right now, I'm just sitting on liquidity, and over the months, I'll be accumulating blue chips so that I can, stay invested in these projects for years. You cannot just expect all these startups or NFT projects to provide benefit in months, right? I mean, we invest in Web2 companies for years. So that is how the strategy is going to be changed right now.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So this slide is for our viewers. This is not a financial advice. Please do your own research. To support us, please like, share, and subscribe. It's always nice to have you, Nighthawk. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night. Cheers.